Crowds are once again gathering here at the Manhattan courthouse where music mogul P. Diddy is on trial. His ex-girlfriend, singer Cassie Ventura, is the star witness in her former partner's sex trafficking trial. Diddy, real name Sean Combs, was caught on hotel surveillance attacking Cassie in 2016. A list of 190 celebrity names were shown to potential jurors.
In a courtroom charged with emotion and intensity, a woman once silenced by fame and fear chose to speak. Cassie Ventura, the R&B singer once romantically linked to Sean Diddy Combs, just finished 4 days of harrowing testimony that could change everything we thought we knew about the music mogul. It was Friday afternoon when Cassie, now 38, took the stand for the final time in Combs's sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy trial. With tears streaming down her face, she told the court something few could imagine. She would return the $20 million settlement she won in 2023, just to have never endured the horrors she described. If I never had to have freak-offs, I would have had agency and autonomy, and I wouldn't have had to work so hard to get it back. Freak-offs, a term that's now burned into the consciousness of anyone following this trial. Cassie revealed that these were events orchestrated by Combs' hypersexualized encounters that left her feeling used, broken, and voiceless. She described how every aspect of her life was under his control, from the clothes she wore to the people she was allowed to speak to. Cassie testified that when Combs suspected infidelity or disobedience, he would confiscate her phone and passport, effectively cutting her off from the outside world. It felt like a cage, she said. A luxurious one, maybe, but a cage. All the same, the courtroom sat in heavy silence as she recounted nights filled with fear, confusion, and isolation, a version of fame that came with a cost no one should ever have to pay. Cassie also spoke of the psychological manipulation that kept her compliant for so long. According to her testimony, Combs often alternated between gifts and threats, love and violence, keeping her off balance, emotionally dependent, and scared to leave. She admitted that for years she convinced herself this was love. He made me believe I owed him everything, she said, her voice shaking. But without him, I was nothing. It was only after escaping the relationship that she realized the extent of the trauma she had normalized. Then came the disturbing details, the drugs, the surveillance, the women brought in under false promises. Cassie described how Combs would give her ketamine and MDMA before certain freak-offs, ensuring she remained compliant and disoriented. At times, she was recorded without her consent, and those recordings were later used to intimidate her. I didn't even know where the cameras were, she said, but I knew they were there. Her testimony painted a picture not just of abuse, but of a deliberate system of control designed to keep her silent and submissive. As her time on the stand came to an end, Cassie turned to the jury and spoke directly. This isn't just about what happened to me. It's about every person too afraid to speak. Her words cut through the courtroom like a blade. And while the legal battle is far from over, one thing is clear. Cassie is no longer silent. Her testimony has become a rallying cry for others, a light cutting through decades of darkness, and a moment the world won't soon forget. She spoke of the control, how Combs would take her phone, passport, and all forms of independence when he was angry, especially about her relationships with other men. Her every move was monitored, her freedom revoked. As the courtroom buzzed with revelations, another name surfaced, Justin Bieber. Social media was ablaze with rumors suggesting the pop sensation may have also been a victim. But Bieber's representatives quickly released a statement, telling TMZ that Justin is not among Diddy's victims. It was a brief comment, but one that reflected just how wide and deep this investigation had become. The Department of Homeland Security isn't holding back. Diddy, who was arrested in September 2024 at a Manhattan hotel, is facing charges related to sex trafficking, prostitution, transport, and racketeering spanning 2 decades, from 2004 to 2024, when federal agents entered Diddy's luxury suite at the Park Hyatt in Manhattan. What they found shocked even seasoned investigators. According to testimony from Special Agent Yassine Binda, the room was stocked with illicit substances, ketamine, MDMA, and bottles of baby oil, and clear signs that a young woman had recently been staying there. These details eerily matched the disturbing patterns Cassie described in court, making it increasingly difficult to dismiss her claims as anything less than credible and deeply alarming. Evidence collected from that raid has now become central to the prosecution's case. Forensic teams have tied digital communications, video footage, and drug residues directly to incidents Cassie outlined in her testimony. The prosecution argues that this was no isolated relationship gone wrong. It was a carefully maintained system of exploitation.
None of these celebrities are suspected of any wrongdoing, though each name is anticipated to be mentioned throughout the trial. A few of the names mentioned are Michael B. Jordan, who went on a date with Cassie Ventura in 2015. Mike Myers, the actor known for playing Austin Powers, was mentioned for a scene in his 2002 movie that makes a joking reference to Diddy. Kid Cudi, another possible romantic link to Ventura, as well as a potential link to a car explosion involving Combs. Kanye West, who released a song with Diddy back in March that also featured his 11-year-old daughter, North. While these names are mentioned in the trial, they are unlikely to appear.
What began as a music mentorship, they suggest spiraled into something far more sinister, a decades-long pattern of power, abuse, hiding in plain sight behind fame and fortune. But Cassie wasn't the only voice willing to speak up. Other women, including former associates and artists under Diddy's label, have begun to step forward, sharing their own encounters with his violent temper and controlling behavior. One described him as a man who could switch from charming to terrifying in seconds. These accounts, now corroborated by documents, videos, and personal testimonies, paint a chilling portrait of a man who wielded celebrity like a weapon. And still, Diddy denies everything. His legal team has called the allegations outrageous and insists that all interactions were consensual. Yet, as the witness list grows and the pile of evidence swells, public sentiment has shifted. What once may have seemed like tabloid drama has transformed into a legal and cultural reckoning. Whether the court finds him guilty or not, the voices that were once silenced are now echoing louder than ever, and they demand to be heard. Special Agent Yassine Binda, testifying on behalf of the prosecution, described the arrest in detail. Combs was found in a luxurious multi-room suite at the Park Hyatt, where federal agents discovered baby oil, ketamine, MDMA, and evidence that a woman was staying with him. Cassie had told the court earlier that Diddy would fill baby pools with oil during these disturbing freak-offs. Her testimony was validated in chilling detail by the evidence found at the raid. Then came another bombshell. Dawn Richard, a former Danity Kane singer and longtime collaborator of Diddy's, took the stand. She described a horrifying scene from 2009. Dawn's testimony painted a stark picture of the violence that lurked behind the glitz and glamour. She recounted how Combs's outbursts were terrifying and unpredictable, leaving those around him constantly on edge. The 2009 incident was just one example, she described. How he would frequently use intimidation and physical force to maintain control, a pattern that extended beyond the confines of the studio or stage.